Hey guys, it's me, Sean of the Frayed Blade here, and I just wanted to get something straight, get something a little off my chest. I've been seeing a lot of discourse. I've been seeing some people have been switching up on the whole PlayStation thing. Some people haven't. I'm here to tell you that I'm not some people. I have a plan. And it's a very concise plan because unlike some people who just get up and type things, I've actually sat down, processed this, and processed what this means for my future and the future of Sony going forward. And what I've come to realize is that, for now, me and my channel kind of need Sony. We need the good games. We need the easy accessibility of being able to stream games via the PS5. They pretty much made it about as easy as they could make it for me. And I can't look a gift horse in the mouth, So I've said it before many times, especially on Threads. Threads Terror Squad, y'all know what's up. But I'm going to say it here again, just in case there's some idiot who doesn't get the memo. I'll have a video that I can just send him a link to. And then while he's getting caught up with the rest of us, I can be getting views. Maybe a like or two, but we won't ask too much. So, God of War Lafay, Wolverine, any other surprises they have for the upcoming year. We're still down for all of that. We have to be at this point. These are major games. There's going to be a lot of eyes on it. There's a lot of chances for this channel to grow. However, I was watching Syriax talk about it. Dion, one of my favorite streamers and whatnot. And, bless his heart, because he said something that was funny, because he was talking about it. He's like, man, we got to fight. But then he gets asked if he's going to get a PS6. And he's like, man, new God of War game, man, that's content and everything. And to be fair, he's not wrong. That is content. However, and I'm not going to knock him for his stance or anything. I'm glad he's thought this out. And, I'm not knocking anyone for any of their stances unless you're flip-flopping because they released the new Call of Duty. That shit is kind of weak, bro. Especially because it's Black Ops 1 and 2 15-year-old games. They're $40, $30 DLC. Just everything you should be ignoring. And you're gonna simp for that for Sony? That's enough for you? We're some of us are out here fighting to keep physical media alive. But hey, like I said, everybody's got their own fight. They've got their own pacing. That's cool. But, it just gets to a point where, for me, I feel like the opposite is in effect. Because I've sat back and I thought about it and I'm like, I think Sony realizes that they're kind of up shit creek here. So what could they possibly throw at us to possibly turn the tide for the PS6? I'm like, what would normally work on me as a gamer? Well, normally, if they made a sequel to Elden Ring or made a new Bloodborne game, I would fold for them quicker than I'm folding for a Nintendo for Ocarina of Time remake. And that's pretty damn quick. Anyone who's been around y'all know, they know when I started my threads, I was pretty anti-Nintendo. Wasn't a fan of the anti-consumerist products. Still not a big fan, by the way. But I'm giving them some leeway because at the very least, if they can keep their console affordable and stop and keep from price jacking us, and they can give us some, nostalgia baked goodies, I will overlook. I will overlook some of the transgressions, you know? Especially, you know, I buy some Nintendo stock, I'm going to have to overlook it because I'm making money off of it. I mean, and the beef, as far as I'm concerned, could be worse. You know, could be making money off of Roblox. Don't get me started on that. Don't even get me started. We're going to keep this shit on track. So, getting back on track, you know, this next year for PlayStation, for as far as I'm concerned, this is my funeral year for PlayStation. This is the year we break out the funeral pyre. This is the year that you should be tweeting Sony, tweeting PlayStation. Give them your best moments with PlayStation. And then tell them how sad you are to watch an industry giant kill itself by ending physical media. We got to do this to them like every day. We got to be on their bumper. When they trying to talk about Wolverine, oh great, Wolverine's great. Yeah, it's a shame you're killing physical media. Like we never deviate from this. We let them know this is our line in the sand. PS6, no disk drive, you're cooked. You're cooked. I'm not even going to try to afford that overpriced ass console. Why would I? What's that thing going to do that the base PS5 can't? You know? Let's be honest for a minute. What's that thing going to do that my Lenovo Go can't? What's it going to play that either of these can't do? Nothing. What are you going to have that the Switch doesn't have? Nothing. They are really about to sell us a console based on cleanly on hopes and dreams. I can't. Like, I can't with y'all right now. They're like, come buy our games so then we can delist our games, take that shit from you, give you nothing back, and then polish it up and resell you. That's what they're trying to do across all their mediums. And it's got me asking some serious questions. Some serious questions. Because all this digital rights acquisition stuff is very, very strange. It makes me think that you motherfuckers have been running a scam on the entire world for years, maybe even decades at this point. Do you not own a single thing you're selling to anybody? Is that the big thing, Sony? Are you just renting license and claiming that's a purchase? Because that's fucking fraud. That's fucking fraud. You know? You are seriously up shit creek with me. I'm not investing in Sony. I'm not doing anything. Come January 1st, 2028, I want my followers to hold me accountable. You see anything with Sony and my name attached to it, you let me know. Blow up my DMs. That means I'm fucking up. Because I said that this was my line in the sand. I said Sony is dead to me in 2028. And by God damn it, I'm going to stick with it. Because who the fuck are you to try to take fucking Blu-rays and all that shit away from us? And by the way, Rockstar, Take-Two, GTA 6, fuck you too for even starting this, because you were either in on ground floor or you made this decision consciously, which spurred PlayStation to get on this bullshit. Now we gotta hope the Xbox has a fucking disc drive. But guess what? I kind of hope you don't, because Asset Sharma's a fucking Fed now. And if you don't have if the Xbox, like, it's a layup. If it has a disc drive, then now I got to stress out, because now I got to come up with fucking one to one, who knows how much fucking money to go get another overpriced ass console just to shit on Sony. Because that's where we're at with it. But if she does it and she decides to get on the same way as the Sony, and say, oh yeah, we're going all digital. Hey, that makes my job even easier because now I can ignore your console too. Now I can stick to mostly this generation. Getting a PS5, getting an Xbox Series X, getting a Switch 2, probably getting another handheld or two, getting a desktop, getting a good laptop. That's what I'm really concerned about. I'm not worried about the next gen, and no one else should be either, especially if it's going to be all digital. That just means we are going to lose options as the end user, as the consumer, as the people buying the shit. And we don't have to do that. We don't have to pay attention. We don't need AAA gaming. We don't. I'm sorry, we don't. It's nice to have. It's nice to have games that spend more on their budget than whole ass Hollywood AAA movies. But it's not necessary. And Sony could be the first industry giant to learn that lesson the hard way. You can't manipulate us into doing what you want. You can't manipulate us into eliminating something that you yourself helped create. Didn't Sony help patent and create the compact disc? Am I wrong on that? I know they did the Blu-ray. We know that for a fact. That's a Sony thing. I don't know if the CD was their thing too, but I'm pretty sure it was. Which means that at some point, Sony made a concentrated effort to kill off cassette tapes as physical media. And we trusted you. Well, maybe we didn't trust you. Maybe we just went down the line. You know, I get so tired of seeing all these gaming takes like, we did this. We did this. Nigga, I didn't do shit. I just been trying to be a gamer. That's all I've been trying to do. I ain't been propping these companies up. I didn't tell them to make all digital consoles. They just did it. And in order to continue being a gamer, we went along. You know? Especially when it happens to make things easier for us. And then you got niggas like GameStop fucking up, making you want them to go out of business. Yeah, we may have had a small hand, but don't sit here and act like, you did this, you. No, nigga, I didn't do shit. You know? But I just want, you know, I'm being honest with myself. No Bloodborne is going to make this better for me. No Spider-Man game is going to make this better for me. No Wolverine game is going to make this better for me. No God of War game is going to make this better for me. Not even Legend of Dragoon at this point is going to make this better for me. No Resident Evil game is going to make this better for me, especially because we already know big guys like Capcom and FromSoft, they've been writing on the wall. They're not giving you any exclusives anymore. They're not going to do that. Why would they? So you can just turn off physical media for it and dig into their bottom line and get them yelled at by the people and stuff like that. Who cares about that? Fuck that. And here's the thing, Sony. I know you think I'm a fucking bitch. You know? Because we've pretty much been hardwired in since the PS2 era, me and you. I didn't really have a PS1 like that. I played a PS1 throughout my life, but I didn't really own one like that. But I had a PS2. At one point, I had a PS3. I had multiple PS4s, like a few of them broke on me, so I had to replace them. This is my second PS5 because the first one broke on me. You see, I'm starting to sense a trend. You guys are starting to get like Nintendo cheapening out on your consoles. Only thing is, it seems like you're cheapening out on the physical side of the spectrum. I have overlooked so much for you, Sony. And now the reality is for myself and a lot of other gamers, and wow, this has been going 15 minutes. I've been ranting. But yeah, the reality for us now is that it's like your thirst for unending profits is starting to cut in on our like actual lives and shit. Cause like when we start getting into the $1 to $2 grand territory, nigga, I don't have a car yet. You know? Like, I got real world problems that $1 grand or $2 could probably either solve or get a long way through solving. I'm not gonna spend that on you anymore, man. None of these companies. I'm not finna chase y'all bullshit instead of actually doing what I need to do. So, you know, it's a matter of I'm a gamer and I'm going to try and set things up to where I can help others continue to be a gamer as we go through this Heian era of gaming, which I mean in the best and worst sense. Because on the best side of things, there are I feel like some of the greatest games of all time are right around the corner, if not already here. But the downside is this era is going to be survival of the strongest. A lot of people are going to get cut out. The pricing is getting too egregious. The structure isn't working, and I also think a lot of people aren't looking at the big picture because they look at AAA gaming as the whole gaming space. Like, please, I'm going to try to make this a staple of the whole channel. Don't sleep on indie gaming. I swear to God, these niggas for the past few decades have been propping up the creative side of the entire gaming industry. Like, it's insane to me. Like, if the AAA gaming space falls, I'm not going to say that in the indie gaming space will be unaffected because that's bullshit. But they will pick up the reins. They will lead the charge because the indie gaming space is exactly what the AAA gaming space should be. It is led by passionate people. People who care about people playing their games. People who aren't afraid to make games for lower spec hardware. You know, they already know all the flaws of AAA gaming. And they're already working their way around it. Let's be honest here. You know? And they have, I still, to this day, it seems like every other week, there's a new game that comes out that either takes something we know and puts a spin on it or introduce something completely new to the fold. You know? I dig that. I think that's exactly what the AAA gaming space should be. I think that one of the reasons the AAA space is where it is bloating. Massive over bloating. You know, they're just throwing money at a wall to see what sticks. You know, they're disconnected from the fans, everything. We don't have that problem, you know? We really don't. We don't have that problem on the indie side. You know? Like, not only do we have our own options as PC gamers, but there are other options right now. Like, you know, some people might not know it, but right now, the modding scene, the 64 modding scene is on fire right now. And I'm sure it has been that way for a while. They got Zelda mods, you know, Pokemon, all of that stuff. But right now, particularly like the N64 wrestling space, there are games that are dropping for free that I would have played as a child. I wouldn't have left my room. Shit, I didn't leave my room to play WrestleMania or No Mercy. And there's like ECW mods for No Mercy and all that other stuff. I would have never left my fucking room, dude. And then when I play that shit now, it takes me back to when I was a kid and all of that stuff. And I get that for free. So I don't have to go buy the next WWE 2K game. I don't have to. I'm probably going to buy this latest one just to try out the ragdoll physics and all of that stuff. But after that, no. I know the next game is probably going to be the same shit. And it's going to be aggressively monetized like every 2K game is. And it's just going to get worse and worse. There's going to be less and less good shit. I'm like, we don't have to put up with that anymore. We don't have to put up with any of this stuff anymore, man. It's a different day out here, bro. They got to realize that. You know? But I think I got the point across, and I got another plan. I'm probably gonna go back to back with my next video plan, but I think I'm gonna wrap this one up here. I just wanted to clarify, like we are still on. We are still on. We want to sip wine and watch Sony fall. And to be honest with you, even if there was changing course for them at this point, I don't care. I don't really care. My mind's already made up. I'm like, you need to pay. You need to pay for even trying to do something like this to it. That's the message that we need to send to all of these companies. Like, the moment you start deciding options for us, you have completely lost the concept of free enterprise. You know? You don't get to dictate shit for us. You understand? I hope you understand. You know. But yeah, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. One, thanks for coming through. You know, please don't be afraid to leave a like, share, and subscribe. You know, we're trying to build something here, trying to build a community, trying to add to the ranks of the Hondoken Gaming Cavern. You know, trying to do something with my buddy Brandon. But keep in tune. I got another one planned today. I'll probably try to get some gaming, a gaming video or two on the channel before I head to work, because I'm working. I've decided I'm working like every day today until I have the money to really be where I want to be at. I just said screw it, no more off days. I'm Mr. No Days Off, you know. And I want to get on the grind where I'm doing that both at work and here on the channel, because I should be posting every day, especially now that I got this the PS5 going and whatnot. It's not quite going where I want to go, but I have a friend helping me figure out some of the tech side of this and everything. So we're gonna get this channel where we need to get it. But that being said, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Getting close to 25 minutes here. I already said like, share, subscribe. You already know what it is. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.